afternoon. I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Selma Planning Board to order. Before we get started, we'll do a quick roll call. Ms. Bailey.
Here.
Ms. Watson.
Here.
Todd Holmes, Chairman here. Mr. Nixon.
Here.
And please forgive me, Todd M.
I'm here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We do have one absentee member, Mr. Bartlett, who had communicated with us that he was out of town traveling tonight, but not be able to be here. Please note that we do have a quorum for the meeting tonight, so we can take care of town business. We have the agenda for tonight's meeting, which is very short. Any revisions, updates from town staff for tonight's agenda? We good with what we have? Any planning board member have any additions, revisions, questions about the agenda for tonight?
No.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So,
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So the agenda for tonight is approved. And then we have our minutes from our September 28th meeting. Any questions, updates, revisions, from planning board members with September 28th minutes?
no.
Entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so the minutes for September 28th have been approved. Thank you, Todd, for getting those together for us. And with that, we have one business item for this evening, and we'll jump right into it with staff.
Good evening, Chair, Board. So our item for this evening is Ordinance Text Amendment 2024-028-0. This is in relation to Chapter 13 of the Code of Ordinances, specifically Article 3, nuisances. We last spoke about this issue in August. We were only dealing with the notice to abate section. Since then, we reworked a few things. Mr. Bartlett had some comments, how we're going to define some things. I believe we've addressed those. And so that's why we kind of changed the title to Article 3 nuisances. I'd be glad to go over some of those changes if you'd like. You've had a chance to look at the items.
Just clarification, strike through, no longer in the ordinance is the recommendation. Red is new.
Correct.
Material.
Yes, sir.
Under E2, under section 13-52 on the definitions, when it says, can be abated upon the original or first occurrence of the violation. So if it's excessive, then they will not be, Public Works does not have to pick it up, or?
That has to do with trash, correct, Philip?
So there's a couple of things, not just on, what we're currently doing. Grass, those type of things, we are made in that, for excessive code violation, that instance, there could be several of the same type of violations throughout, whatever instance. On excessive height, so
Okay.
there's, like, ordinance reads two double moons, which is like 12 yards, which can be a little, depending on how it's looked at, I guess, depending on the stuff now. We always lean toward custom, if it's close with there. But if someone's cut down, 4 trees, they got over
Okay.
into the other.
Yeah.
We contact that person, say, here's your options. If none of these options are met, this is when we go to this.
Okay,
But if the next week, same large pile, next week, the same.
got you.
And then the other thing is C and D, when we've got household trash. What we see usually in that is like a house being flipped. And the whole yard is mattress, cabin.
Oh, okay.
That
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so excessive there, we're kind of using, but kind of both ways to define it. Excessive as in the number of violations, and excessive as in volume of excess waste. Kind of think of it in both terms.
So I guess, because when I first read it under E2, under section 13-52 definitions, Such excessive volumes can be abated upon the original or first occurrence of the violation. So I guess, correct me if I'm wrong. So the first time these large bulk items are out there, you do not have to pick it up. You notify the, okay.
We give them their options.
All right.
They may not have been aware of how consistent. Usually,
Okay.
for the most part, consistent. Sorry, this is.
Okay. I think I just, the way I was reading it, but I have an understanding now. Thank you.
Could someone just pay a fee to have it picked up
Yes,
from the town?
yes, sir. Their options are, they can take it part of it back and give it a pile at a time. So I could do that. They can pay to have it released, at a lesser than the fine is. Well, they can do the absolute nothing, but they call off, so, well, they can absolutely do nothing, then we get to a violation.
So what's the turnaround time to make the correction?
And,
I'd like to jump it up back one to D, chronic violator, where the person is given, in the previous calendar year, is given 3 notations or warnings, whatever you want to call it. So if they get a 4th one in the following calendar, are they excessive? Or in other words, what's the time range with which you will judge
She
excessiveness?
called our, excuse me, our code will call spreadsheet right now. They look at the calendar year as far as the fines go. But it's not like January, it's like a first violation, and we have another one.
Okay, from the date of the first occurrence, 12 months.
That's correct.
And forgive me, the current fee schedule, because under section 13-55, notice to abate, and it says we removed out the dollar amount, and the current fee schedule, that's located online as well, what the current fee schedule is.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a rough, is it possible to bring that up?
And the reason for that is to, reason for that is so this court would be tied to something 10 years later because we have, not fees.
Oh, okay.
Be more tied to something higher. It's probably hard to see this.
So the first violation is $300.
There's an administrative fee, well, and then the, late fee is $150.
And it's the same for each violation, no matter, regardless.
Trash violation.
But if we're going by the current fee schedule, they would have to adhere to this one, right? So regardless of trash, household, it all starts out with the first one at $300?
Yes, ma'am, fine. Now, minor, they get a one first. They all get a one first.
In my mind, it's not very clear for this one reason. When a person gets that first offense, are they notified at that time they will be under violation count for 1 year from that point, from that date? 'Cause that's,
So I don't believe that's in there.
maybe that should be, just saying you've got, 1 year calendar date.
Okay,
With which not to require 3 more violations before you become, something like that. That would be clear to the receiver and to
Yeah, we
anyone
could
else.
actually, we could easily put that sentence in.
Something of that nature, so they know that they're under like a probation for a year or something like that.
And then under section 13-59, payment of costs. So they have 30 days to pay it, and then they're sent a past due notice. So when is that 10 days, once the past due, they have 30 days to pay it. And I'm assuming after the 30 days, and the past due notice goes out. And then when does that 10-day start?
Whatever that due date.
Mhm.
It said also, let me explain that. It said, I guess, what we do with all our past dues. It's not just. It said all, if you weren't aware, once a year, we have the ability, like prosecutors, to send anything that related to the town, whether it's bill, tax bill, code enforcement, fire inspection, you may have it, we have the ability to send it off to it's away. These certain types of things, that it's just, it never come back.
My thought process, getting back to section 13-55, notice to abate, I think that there should be, some variation between first, second, third offense than having all of them 3. I know it's the 150 for the abatement and then the 150 for the administrative fee. I would make the recommendation that maybe we create a table here where there's some variation in the payment amounts. Because I think that's kind of excessive for a first, I know they get a warning, but then a first offense, 300. That's my recommendation.
They, they,
I believe, what's at hand, the fee schedule is what was adopted by council, so that's not something that. That's not something that's.
Okay.
I think that's something that could be addressed at council meeting, fee schedule. Fee schedule, but if you wrote it in here, you still have to go by the top of the fee schedule.
So having it here, just, if the fee schedule does change a month from now, 5 years from now, by having it in this ordinance, prevents the planning board or the town from having to go back and change it every time the fee schedule changes. So that's what we're looking at tonight, is to be consistent in the structure or the language of the ordinance. But with there being a concern about the fees being excessive, I think that we can share that there's a concern from planning board members that would like for that to be looked at, even though it may not be looked at our group. Is that accurate? Okay, okay. So I'd like to suggest the same thing, is just to have them revisit that. I think I agree with Ms. Watson. That's one thing, if it's someone who does it time and time and time and time again, but if it's someone who had a hiccup or was out of town for a couple of days and didn't have a chance to move some stuff, then maybe we look at a sliding scale, or suggest that they look at that again. Folks, are there any other comments or questions about any of the revisions to what was shared with us tonight? So I guess at this time, we'll entertain a motion to either recommend to council that the revisions be accepted or not recommend that the revisions be accepted, with the understanding that we can't address the fee scale,
But our concern
but
is,
are concerned and have asked that it be revisited.
Motion to recommend that we suggest all changes.
I move, recommend we, changes.
Is there a second?
I said,
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, thank you guys for that, and then, I know, we know you will, but just if you'll let us know feedback you get about the recommendation to adjust those, we appreciate it. I need to, saw something in the back, I need to hang out. Okay. Was there anything else from staff this evening? Anything else from any of the board members? Our next meeting is November, it's the Monday after Thanksgiving, right?
I just want to note it by the board, I won't be here for that, because I'll be out of town for the next meeting.
And don't I know that Mr. Bartlett's, not seeking another appointment, that would give us 2 vacancies. If you'll just let us know if you have some, applications. At this time, we will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
so moved.
All right, good job. Ms. Is there a second?